Welcome to this chair yoga practice. If you're new to chair yoga, a couple of things to keep in mind. So always best to use a chair without arms, so we have a little more freedom in our movement. It's also important that the chair be on a surface that is not going to allow the chair to slide. So a yoga mat is best. Just really make sure that you're not risking a fall by having your chair on an improper surface. So we are going to begin seated in our chair. I'm going to share just a short reading that has to do with mountain pose. So even as you sit in mountain pose, seated mountain, try to establish some of the qualities that I'm going to share with you now. This comes from a teacher that I love, Judith Hanson Lassiter, and she is a physical therapist and yoga teacher. The book is A Year of Living Your Yoga. Standing on your own 2 feet is the most important asana or posture. When you step on your yoga mat and stand in Tadasana today, make sure your feet are parallel. Ask your thighs to be active. Lift the breastbone while slightly dropping your chin. Like a mountain, root your feet into the earth, but let your heart soar to the heavens. Breathe 5 slow, deep breaths. So we'll work on establishing this rootedness in our practice so that we can carry it into our everyday life. Root down, become present, become still like a mountain. Sense your connection to the earth element. Spreading the toes out and pressing down with the toes lifted. Feel the legs activate. That energy travels up through the spine so that we feel a buoyant heart. The shoulders soften. Face relaxes, our chin can drop slightly. We can close our eyes or keep our gaze downward. Breathing in and out through the nose, preparing for the practice to come. Awareness moves away from our mind down into our experience in this moment. Something else your soul. As we breathe in and out through the nose, we should feel just kind of a lift and an expansion with our inhale. The belly inflates. And then as we exhale, we feel calm and relaxation wash over our bodies. Sense yourself alive and vibrant, expansive. And then also letting go, relaxing into our out breath. Let's take 3 more breaths. In and out through the nose, belly inflating as we breathe in. Deflating as we breathe out. Those simple instructions are all we need. Dialing down our stress response. We're going to continue to breathe, to root our feet into the earth, but we're going to add just a little bit of movement. So it's called cosmic breath. And as we inhale, we're just going to open the arms and maybe arch our back slightly. And as we exhale, we'll come forward. You can round your back here, bring your chin to your chest. So inhale, expand out any way that feels good. And as we exhale, hands to the heart. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see, but please continue. So the spine will arch as we inhale and open and round. As we exhale and close, keep pressing through the feet. Let's breathe like this 3 more times. Meeting with hands at the heart. Heel toeing our feet out. Take your feet as wide as you would like. Rock side to side to root the sit bones. Take prayer hands and begin to, with a long spine, stir the pot. As if you were cooking over a big open campfire. And then reverse it. So we're not rounding forward, we're keeping our spine nice and neutral. And then hands come onto our thighs. And from here, let's just take the tip of the nose around a few times in one direction. Paying attention. So remember, we always want to write our own wellness prescription. At some point, reverse your circles. Taking care of our cervical spine. And then lifting the crown of the head over the base of the spine. From here, let's take a breath in, sweep to the sky. Turn towards the right thigh and hinge down and over. Big breath in through center. as we exhale, we're hinging right over our left thigh. Breathing in and breathing out. Full breath, uplift through the spine. And let's, for the next few twists, really press into your seat. Notice how that changes what you're feeling. One more time right, one more time left. Back through center, we're going to heel toe our feet in. And this is really a big part of mountain pose too, just working our feet. So lift your right toes, set them down. Lift the left toes, set them down. Lift all 10 toes, set them down. Lift the right heel, set it down. Lift the left heel, set it down. Lift both heels. Can you feel that? And then release it down. So let's do that again. Right toes lift. You can lift the ball of the right foot too. Left ball of the foot lifts. And then both. Spread out your toes. Toes back down. Our right heel lifts. Set it down. Left heel lifts. Set it down. Both heels lift. From here, we'll take a breath and sweep to the sky. Exhale to extended mountain. Breathing in, stretching tall, and then we're really stretching forward, out through the crown of the head. 2 more times. I don't know about you, but I can feel a really good stretch out of my lower back here. Let's do one more. Remember to press into your base. Inhaling up. Let's drop the hands right out in front and figure eights. Figure eights in one direction. And then we always reverse it, right? Go the other way. Yeah, and then we'll just release. Coming out of our chair. And we can turn to face the chair. Again, make sure all 4 legs are on a surface that is stable. So from here, we're just going to flow alternating legs. Right foot sweeps back with energy, and then we lower. So you should feel pressing into the hands, core muscles firming up, and a pressing back as if you were trying to put a footprint on the wall behind you. One more right. And one more left. Activating the legs. From here, let's yogi stair step. Right heel lifts, then left. So feel the weight shift from the ball of one foot to the ball of the other foot. You should feel as though your toes are spreading open as they press into the mat. Nice work for the legs. And then from here, we have to get our cat-cow in. Let's set up. Inhale and move away from your belly button. As you exhale, draw everything in towards the belly button. And ease into it. So breathing in, and then breathing out. right foot back just so that we can work all around the ankle. Circle the toes 3 times in one direction. Remember, you do not have to rush. Circle 3 times opposite direction. And then the other foot, extending back, and we're circling. So amazing how good that feels. And the other way. And then to center. Inhaling as we sweep out and up. And release. Hands alongside the body to find our first standing mountain pose. Okay, so let's remember that it truly is one of the most important postures. So it's going to set us up for how we hold and carry. Lift and spread your toes. All 10 toes at once. Feel the weight in the heel, in the ball of the big toe, and in the little toe, all pressing down. The kneecaps lift, the quads draw up, the pelvis. Take your hands to your hips. Solid and stable. The spine rises up and out of the pelvis. We're going to turn our palms open. And our feet and fingertips pressing down towards the earth. We're going to drop our chin slightly. Turn up the volume of your breath and down the volume of the mind, of our thoughts. So we don't have to force the breath, just shift from your mind to focus on the in-breath and the out-breath. The rooting down and the rising up when we are aligned. As we inhale, we'll sweep to the sky. And as we exhale, hands come to reach back behind us. It may look like you're pressing your palms together. You might interlace. Okay, this is where if you had a kitchen towel at home, you could use that. You can also come and pick up props. So we have so many props to really basically give away. If you would like a strap or a block at home, please come and get one. The strap is so beneficial. We'll release this. And from here, turn the chair so that the tall edge is facing you. We're going to move through flowing chair. We're going to flow one arm as we come into extension. So it's almost like a little bit of a half camel pose as we exhale, and you might need to adjust how close or how far you are from your chair. Breathing in, exhaling as you sit. You could take your feet wide if you wanted to be more stable. You might not need the chair at all, but we'll be really honest with ourselves so that we're benefiting most. Nothing wrong with a little support. We all need that right now. And notice how you're strengthening your legs, which is going to help you to stand tall. Last time, left arm is extending. From here, step the left foot back. Long edge. And we're going to set our feet and take this into fountain. So you will have to release the chair, make sure your feet are stable, and just begin circling here. So you can stay, maybe bend your knees a little bit as the hands drop down. Chair might be in the way, so make sure you have plenty of space. You can also make this bigger and hinge at the hip. Okay? Find what is working. Your body will tell you. No need to force or work against ourselves. At the top, same thing. You can stay right here. Maybe just bend the knees a little bit as you come down. But we're working with our breath. We're inhaling up, exhaling down. It is just an option to hinge and press your seat back. Feel your legs. Pretty easy to warm up here. One more time around. And releasing. Turning back to face our chair. Let's come into, we're going to move from Warrior 1 to Warrior 2. So in Warrior 1, we're facing the short edge of our mat. Bring your chair to where it supports you. And let's really work on rooting down. So I feel pretty good pressing into the back of the chair, pressing into my feet. The arms are just like an extra in Warrior 1. We're really focusing on what the lower body is doing. So take your left hand to your left front hip and bend your right knee until the stretch is optimal. Okay, the lower we sink, the more we're going to feel this. The left foot is pressing firmly back. If you'd like, you could take left hand to the sky. Be here now, rooted like a mountain. Tadasana pose teaches us how to stand with stability. And so do these warrior poses. Let's open this up. So we're going to adjust our feet so that now we're looking at the long edge of the mat. Bending the right knee. Make sure your right inner thigh is staying open. Left hand could be on left hip. Again, we're focused on the lower body. And this should feel pretty good if you're sitting a lot. I know it feels good for me. I've been at a computer all day. You could send your left hand back. Take a breath. The gaze is over the right shoulder. One more. And then we'll straighten our front leg. Turn our back toes forward. Step on up. And let's find that mountain pose. You might want to press into the chair with your hands as you press down through feet. Maybe pressing into the hands helps us to lift up a little taller. 2 more breaths here. And then our right foot is going to step back. You don't need to move your chair, but I'm going to, so my back isn't to you. Right foot is angled at about 45 degrees. So the toes are more forward than the back heel. We bend into our left knee. Take your right hand to right front hip. Bend the left knee until you feel really good in that right front hip. The chest and ribs turn forward, although they probably won't go all the way forward. So try lifting crown of the head over the base of the spine. Getting really solid in our lower body. Remember, that's what we're focusing on. It is only an option to lift the right hand. Maybe we lift it part way, but we're honoring our bodies. our feet. From here, open this up. So look at the long edge. You'll have to shift your feet a little bit. We'll be bending into our left knee again. Maybe just a little. You might just have a bend about this size. You might want to come down low. But hips and rib cage this time are looking at the long edge of the mat. Right hand could be on our right hip or reaching behind. Left hand can be on the chair for stability or extended out. And we really want to experience this pose in every cell of our body. Feel your feet, your legs, an open heart. And then straighten the front leg. Back toes turn forward. I have a really wide stance. We're going to step up and just kind of sway the hips. Circle around. Use the back of the chair. You might need to adjust your feet. Press your hips way out if that feels good. Feels good for me. When we're back, we're going to reverse it. So we might notice some sensitive areas in our hips. Please be gentle there. Bend your knees, that helps. And then we'll pause, walk a little bit closer to the chair so that we can practice chair pose. Inhaling nice and tall, exhaling as we sit. You might need to aim your tailbone back and down. You can bring prayer hands to the heart or forearms to the back of the chair. Press the palms together, press into the feet. Remember to breathe. When you're ready, straighten the legs, bring hands to the back of the chair. I'm going to step back slightly and come into a gentle back bend. So this pose especially, we make sure the chair is not going anywhere. Basically putting all my weight into the chair, lifting up. So feet are pressing and right up through the crown of the head. We take a gentle back bend. And take it back to down dog. So walk back, bend the knees, loosen any areas that feel tight, and wiggle around. Once you find ease, take a breath. If this is a hard place to find ease, maybe we come in closer and put the backs or our forearms or backs of our upper arms on the chair. So there's a few ways to open the shoulders. One more breath. Inhale, head and heart lift. I'm going to walk towards the chair for warrior 3. Although it's going to be a little more upright. So right foot steps back. I'm going to bring my right hand on my right leg. Hinge forward. And practice balancing here. Okay, so you can point or flex your toes. Left hand can stay on the chair. You might want to come down to the seat of the chair. You might not want to use the chair at all. But let's feel grounded, even though we're balancing. And we are breathing. So good for strengthening our back. Let's release it. Inhale, circle sweep up. exhale, hands back to the chair. So this time, our left foot steps back. Left hand is on the left leg. And we're extending. Keeping the head and heart lifted, pointing or flexing the foot, either one is okay. But we're active in this back leg. You should feel your glute working. Breath is flowing. And release. From here, we're going to take our chair to the middle of our mat. I'm wondering if we can do it this way. Let's turn the seat of the chair towards you. And we're folding forward. Before we come into a straddle, we are going to twist because we've not done much twisting. So right hand, center of the mat, left hand reaches up, releasing down and breathing in. So remember, twisting a good way to get things moving internally, especially if we're sitting a lot. These movements are so important. One more time, lifting right hand. One more time, left. Meeting at center. So I'm going to heel toe my feet out. Make sure you can stay on a surface that your feet can grip, okay? The chair is on the mat or a sticky surface. And you can kind of just play with the weight in your feet. Shift forward, shift back. Feel your hip hinge, but keep your back nice and long. And try to find a place, just like you're easing in, find a place where you can pause. So for me, forearms to the chair works, but if that is too much, please stay up. Let the weight shift more towards the heels. I'm holding onto the back of the chair, tractioning out of my spine, out of my lower back. It feels great. Press into the four corners of your feet and activate so you're really opening up the hamstring muscles. Head and heart lift. We could stay on the forearms, but that would be probably a lot for most of us. Let's come up to the hands. Heel toe the feet in. Step back into plank pose. And your plank might look not like a straight line because it's a challenging pose. Wherever we're at, we're breathing and really trying to lift our frontal hip bones towards our bottom ribs. You'll feel very active. Below the belly button, deep core muscles. And then downward facing dog. A bend in our knees. Nice and long through our back. And let's walk up to our chair. Come into monkey pose, lengthening out. Hands to thighs, and we're walking up to mountain pose. So let's gaze downward. Place your feet. Remember, you can take your feet wider for more stability, but we're all grounding down. You can lift and spread your toes to feel that. Shoulders are back and down. And we're going to hook our thumbs, turning our palms in. So this is a Garuda Mudra. And we're just going to flow it, like our Padma Mudra, just like the lotus blossom. So send it out, bring a stretch into your upper back, into the sky. As we exhale, we'll sit in chair, hands to the heart. Inhale. Heart soars. Exhaling, we ground down. One more time, breathing in. And you could certainly be doing this seated in the chair as well. So always, always find the modifications that support you. So we'll make our way to having the chair to our, actually we can keep it right where it is, facing. So forward facing tree with our knee or foot on the chair. Okay, it does take a little while to set it up. I mean, don't just place your foot. Really be mindful about setting the pose up. You could keep a hand on the chair or hands on your right thigh. Press down through the left foot, lift up. Same sense that we have in mountain pose, only we're on one leg. Arms into a V. That's just an option. Focus, stay present. Be kind to yourself. If you're a little off balance, don't feel bad. We all are. And release. And so from here, the left knee, this will be a challenge too, with our knee on the chair or the foot. We might not have access to bringing our foot to the top of the chair. So once our feet are set, remember we might take our feet a little wider. I just did that, big difference. So mindfully set the feet. We can keep right hand on the chair or bring hands to the thigh. And we're really gathering our energy into a one-pointed awareness. Just focus on a gazing point, staying connected to your strong base. The arms, again, they're secondary. Lift if you like. Bring this attitude of groundedness and expansiveness at the same time. As we exhale, hands come down, our knee or foot come off the chair, and we'll come to seated. Seated in the chair, heel toeing our feet out. Rocking side to side. You might want to move flesh so your sit bones can plug in. As we take a breath in, we'll open. As we exhale, right forearm to right thigh. Left hand can reach to the sky or over to the right. Breathe in. It's up to you to find what is right and most beneficial. Breathing in and out into lateral flexion. So this will improve our breathing. Let's take deep breaths here. One more time left. And making our way to center. Heel toe the feet back in. Full big breath into the sky. And as we exhale, we'll bow and fold into self. And just take a moment to find a place where you can relax. It might mean opening the legs a little bit more. You might want to sway. Pausing at center, reverse swan diving up. And hands to the heart. And take a moment to be here in this seated mountain pose. Feet connected. Breath connected. We're almost ready for Shavasana. We're going to do just a few more arm movements. So right shoulder, right elbow, and whole right arm. So take it nice and gentle, left shoulder, left elbow, and whole left arm. Hands resting in our lap wherever they're comfortable. Take a moment to set yourself up for Shavasana. So we know some of us like to come down onto the mat. If you would like to do that now, please do. And for those of us in a chair, you might want to use the back of the chair, but we'll scoot way back so that we can be with a long neutral spine. When we settle in, unless there's something else our body is asking for. Always listening to the whispers of the body, speaking to us in sensation. Losing our mind, finding our soul. Move away from all the mind stuff. Come home to yourself right now. yourselves back gently. Small, slow movements to begin. The fingers, the toes, maybe the head. And if we are on our back, we'll bend our knees and let the knees tip to the side. As we come into fetal position, we take a breath there. And then find our way to meet in a seated posture. And we sit together with reverence and respect. Take a breath in, sweep to the sky. Exhaling to heart center. The light within me honors, bows to, and misses the light within all of you. Namaste, friends.